So that's a normal paragliding bag.
Yeah.
And this is the Skywalk Breeze and ARAK. Hee. Right, the Skywalk Breeze. This is a traditional upright harness with an inflated back protection, integrated reserve. It's got a split leg support system, no seat board. There's a little bit of stiffening in the seat plate area, but it's a split leg design. It's got a little instrument pod, cockpit on the front, your normal sort of straps and adjustments that you'd expect to be able to adjust the position to make it comfortable. A lot of storage in the back, big storage area, and it's modular, meaning you can zip this whole protection system section off and the reserve if you want to. And you've got a very small little hike and fly kind of mountain flying descent or beach or ground handling harness inside. I don't know how many pilots are going to be using that. Personally, I think this whole system is perfect as it is, and I don't really need to go lighter. You might have the need to go lighter on a big mountain. When you go into the modular small unit, you can attach your reserve. You're going to need to get a front mount reserve pouch to put your reserve in, but there is very cleverly a little guide for the strap to come around to the front, and it can still connect up on your shoulders. It's very well thought out. She's quite impressed with the Skywalk Breeze. The bit she really likes is that it's removable. She's got another opinion. The material choice is fantastic. This is very durable feeling, strong fabric, but it's lightweight. All the little finishes like this reserve, rounded handle so that nothing can catch on it, very tightly tucked away and pinned in. You've got a nice Bombay door here, double door, which will open in the front and open in the back as you pull your reserve out, giving you a maximum spread for your reserve deployment. It comes with a dedicated reserve pouch, which is attached to the handle. Now, don't be tempted, if you've got a reserve already in its pouch, don't be tempted to try and do some kind of bodge job where you connect the handle onto your existing bag. When manufacturers supply a bag, a reserve deployment bag with the harness, you must take your reserve out of your current nappy and put it into the dedicated bag. And you can transfer it from your existing bag into the Skywalk bag. Then you close up, start with the one with the elastic on, go to the opposite side, that would be this side, push it through like that. Then pick one of the sides to pin that up, and lastly pin this one closed, stick this loop of line through the top like that, give it a nice little bit of length, test it by pulling the reserve, see that it's actually going to pull out without lifting the reserve off the ground. You shouldn't be able to do that by lifting here. this should start slipping out. That's perfect. Just like that, you can stick it in there, and you'll see the way they've cut this is showing you which way this reserve should be in. Now I'll put this in upside down. They want it to be this way around. You'll see there, this angle now lines up with that angle, and the pins will go through on the sides. Your dealer should be able to do that for you as part of your service and as part of your sales service as you buy the harness. Now you've got no pockets on the harness apart from this instrument pod on the front. This pod is really well designed. This is very clever. It's got a little strap that attaches to the middle of the harness, and it runs up the back, comes over the top. So in flight you can pull the strap and change the angle of the flight deck. And I found that was pretty good. It was fairly easy to do. Sometimes the instrument pod kind of moved a bit off the chest strap, but most of the time it was sitting in a very good position. And this is very easy to access in flight. Automatically your instruments open it up because of the weight of your instruments, they tip back. And in there you've got water, snacks, cameras, car keys and money. And the bag looks just perfect for so you can see the leg straps are nice thick webbing, and all the finishes on the inside of the harness are really good. Oh, hang on, that's not going to work very well, is it? Oh no. Very well thought out. It doesn't get in the way when you're flying, when you're launching. It's just in the right position. The straps, the leg straps, are these Austria-Alpin buckles, the push-through ones. The Permare system works with a little inflated tube here. Fills up that whole base section, and it stayed totally solid while I was flying. I think this gives you some of the best protection you can get in the lightweight hike and fly segment. The bag, the bladder inside seems to be made fairly well and nicely reinforced in a protective shell. Then the harness itself is pretty durable, so I'm not going to be too worried about the bag puncturing. Obviously if you land on really sharp rocks, you've got to be careful with an air inflated system, but there feels like there's enough durability that I think it's going to last. What you'll see in some of the marketing is the beautifully formed back, which can be achieved by using the bellows bag. This is the bag you use to fill up the airbag. But I filled it up just a few minutes ago and put it in the back. This doesn't hold air the same way that the Permare does. So it cleans up your bag area, but don't expect it to provide a lot of protection. It looks like it's protection all the way up the top, but after an hour's flying, this is going to deflate, and it's just going to clean up the back area of your harness, and it's going to give you something. I mean, that's better than nothing in the back of your harness. So it adds a little bit of protection, but the bulk, the main protection is underneath, around the bottom of your spine and under your bum. Filling up the airbag's very easy. You take the bellows bag, scoop up some air, roll the top over, clip it down, take your little plug and connect the pipe onto the plug. Like that. And you push down here and the air transfers. What you've got to be a bit careful of is that you're not pushing down on some sharp objects, because this bellows bag is then going to rupture. So make sure that you're a bit careful with this. It does need a bit of care. If you get a good full of this bag, you should get the perm air pretty close to full. You can top it up using your breath, but just be careful of that, because then you introduce moisture inside this bag which won't come out and it might go moldy. So I'd rather don't do that, rather use this bag, which might mean until you've really got the hang of this system, you might need a second shot from the bag to get it to full inflation. Closes up in there, zip, and you'll see all of the zips on this harness have got little gussets at the end where you can push the zip in just to keep them protected. It's little finishing details like that that really impress on this harness. You got a very big pocket in the back, and I'd say that's perfect for hike and fly and volbiv. You got more than enough space in here for your volbiv cooker, food, and all of those things. So that's great. Right, we are on the 360 camera on Caburn. We are doing the Skywalk Breeze and I'm flying the ARAK. Let's hit it.
You seem to know something I don't. What's going on? Can you tell me what it is, please? I'm not that slow like you think. Strange vibrations in the room and I can feel it. I'm a hurricane.
Breeze! Woohoo! Oh, that was easy. That's Steven over there flying the Omega X Alps. Let's go and buzz him a bit. Recording started. Attack out of the sun. Doop, doop, doop. Oh, this is nice. I'm really liking the feeling on this harness. Super comfy, super comfy. And lovely transition to being on the slope and walking. Super easy. And here comes Nancy. Hey! Ooh, I'm liking that. It's super comfy and it just feels nice. It's easy to get into and out of. Feels light. I likey. At like play on the slope, off the slope, slip in. Good stuff. Really good weight transfer. I'm getting good support. Up. Hey, Paul. No. Really nice weight transfer. without feeling restrictive. It lets you go a certain amount. More than that you're not going to really get, but it doesn't feel like it's locking up. It just feels like gently supportive, gets slightly more supportive as you swing more. Fairly softened out in the first little bit, so you're not getting a lot of that kind of instant weight shift that you'd get from a seat board. You're not getting that feedback that's like tipping you left and right all the time. You're getting it's smoothing things out nicely in the roll axis in the beginning, so you're getting softened feedback, which is actually quite nice. You can feel what's going on, but you're not getting rocked around a lot in the beginning, so like a seat board would give you more direct feedback. This is quite smooth. Kind of feels like the best part of the split leg geometry that's coming through. Getting nice, smoothened out feeling in the air. And I'm getting feedback there. I can feel exactly what the wing's doing. It's comfortable. I can sit in my favorite position with my legs crossed. I can swing it around if I want to. I'm loving the feeling of this harness. See, I'm just doing a little bit of weight shift there. I've got really good feedback. I've got lovely smoothened out feeling. I'm getting the feedback, but it's not hard, it's nice and elastic, and a bit soft. And I've got enough freedom to swing it around. Quite easily get the feeling that I need. For recreational flying, that's lovely. It's so comfortable and smooth, and yet gives you freedom of movement. Really nice. One thing I have noticed is I'm supposedly between the medium and the large. Given my height and my measurements, I'm on the intersection between the medium and the large sizes. This is a medium, and I've got these straps done all the way up here to take out. That's way too big for me. So I'll just say definitely get a fitting before you buy one, because the measurements don't quite match up to my body shape at least. So make sure that you're the right length. It's got quite a long top section and shorter on the legs. Getting a little bit of pressure on the inside of my thigh. Might have been nice to have had a little strap just to redirect that force, but it's going to depend on your body shape completely and your leg size. So that's just for me. I think for a long flight I'm going to find a little bit of pressure on the inside of my legs. Totally comfortable, it's not a problem. It's just I'm trying to find points to criticize really, and I'm not finding any. There we go. Optimal. Wow, this is a really nice combination. This ARAK and Skywalk Breeze harness seem to play very well together. I'm getting lots of agility out of the ARAK. Yeah, baby. It's nice. You can tweak a little bit more weight shift in just by kind of straightening my leg on the inside, straightening my thigh, getting very good connection there. Tightening it up a little bit. No, that seems about right for me. Okay, I'm flying on full speed bar now, and still comfortable. I can feel the harness pulling on my hips, across my back and on my hips. It's a little bit of a kink there, but it's cool. When you come off the bar, you feel you've got that continuous support through the back. The reserve feels like it's in a good position, just there. It's kind of halfway down my thigh. Easy to get to. I think some pilots might be looking for it around here. You got to remember to reach forward. Or you can just go down like that. Down the riser, down the webbing, you'll find it. Who's it for? Pilots who like to have a traditional upright harness but are looking to make their kit more compact and light. If you don't want to compromise on your safety, you want to have packing volume and space, so you can do some Volbiv adventures, really good for that. You want lightweight, you want to have feeling in the air and a kind of a smoothness, but I felt the feedback was fantastic. Really nice, sweet, feels lovely in the air, feels very enjoyable to fly. And I think if you're looking for lightweight hike and fly gear and for general flying, for cross-country flying as well, this makes a fantastic option. All-round great product. I like it a lot! So if you're wanting to make your kit really compact, really light, but you don't want to give up protection, you want comfort, you want feedback, you want nice freedom and agility in the air, Skywalk Breeze is very, very good. Thanks to our patrons. You keep the channel going. Hey, big guy. I don't think I'll land with him. See ya. Don't forget, if you want to support the channel, pop over to the shop. We appreciate the business. Check out the specs of the Skywalk Breeze on our website. And thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next episode. Cheers.